They just came back from Florida.
Okay.
The ISG one.
All right.
Um, and I think they're getting ready for their playoffs.
Okay. Hmm.
You see the screen?
Taking everything to the
That's a chicken soup. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Thumb to all the Akim out there, and Yahweh Shamar Thumb Shem Yahshua to all the Akim. This is the Baltimore Sabbath Service. What is this? January 27th, 2024. We're going to go right into it today. We're going to actually be in 2 Kings 13, and we're reading 7 through 13. Right, we're going to read 2 Kings 13. That's where we're in. We've been just going over the kings of Israel, and we know that the kings of Israel and Judah. So Kings is talking about the books of the kings that were the kings of Judah and the kings of Israel. You know, the kingdom split after Solomon's kingdom, and we noticed that all the kings of Israel were not following the law, and then you had certain kings of Judah that were. A lot of them kings were off track. So we're going to read and go through, well, I'll finish what's going on here in 2 Kings 13. We're reading the Hebrew, then in the English.
2 Kings chapter 13, verse 7. Kiyala Hasha Ayar La Yahweh Akaz Ain Kaya Kamashil Parashil Waisha Ra Rakab Waisha Ra Alapil Regalia Kaya Abadum Malak Arum Wayashamum Ha'ikar Ladash, verse 8. Wayathar Debaria Yahweh Akaz Wakal Ashar Aisha Wugaba Wartha Halawa'a Hum Kathawabium Al Sapar Debaria Ayumyum Mamalakia Yasha'ala, verse 9. Wayashakad Yahweh Akaz Ain Bakua Wayaquabrahawa Bashar Vaughn Wayamalak Yawaash Bunwa Daka the Yahweh, verse 10. Washanah Shalashim Washabai Shanah Layawaash Malak Yahwadah Malak Yahwaash Bun Yahweh Akaz Al Yasha'ala Bashamarwan Shash Asherah Shana, verse 11. Waya Aisha Hara'ai Va'ayanya Yahweh La'a Sar Makal Kata Abab Yeruba'aim, Bun, Nabat, Ashar, Hakat Ya'a, Yasha'ala, Baham, Halak. Verse 12. Yathar, the Barya, Yawa'ash, will call Ashar, Aisha, will gaba Worthwa, Ashar, Melakam, Ain, Amatazaya, Malak, Yahawada, Alawa'a, Hum, Kathawabium, Al, Sapar, Dabaria, Hayamyam, Lamalakya, Yasha'ala, verse 13. Or Yashakab, Yawa'ab, Aim, Abakiwa, Abakiwa, where you Rabbi, Rabbi, Yashab, Al, that's a hour, where you Kwabar, Yawa'ash, Shamarwan, Ain, Malakia, Yasha'ala. That's it.
All right, we're now going to be reading that in the English, 2 Kings chapter 13, 7 through 13 in the English. 2 Kings chapter 13, verse 7. Neither did he leave of the people of Jehoahaz, but 50 horsemen and 10 chariots and 10,000 footmen. For the king of Syria had destroyed them, and he had made them like the dust by threshing. Verse 8. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoahaz and all that he did and his might, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jehoahaz slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria. And Joash his son reigned in his stead. Verse 10. And in the 37th year of Joash, king of Judah, began Jehoash the son of Jehoahaz to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 16 years. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High. He departed not from all the sins of Jeroboam. Remember, Jeroboam was the king that caused Israel to start going into sin. The son of Nebat, who made Israel sin, but he walked therein. Verse 12. Now the rest of the acts of Joash and all that he did and his might were with. He fought against Amaziah, king of Judah. Are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Joash slept with his fathers, and Jeroboam sat upon his throne. And Joash was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. That's it. All right, now we're going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 13, 14 through 20 in the Hebrew.
2 Kings chapter 13, verse 14. Ali Yashai, Kala, Kalua, Ashar, Yamawa, Kawa, Wayarad, Alua, Yawa'ash, Malak, Yasha'ala, Wayabaka, Al, Hanua, Wayamar, Abiyah, Bakab, Yasha'ala, Waparashua. Verse 15. Wayamar, Lawa, Ali Yashai, Kwak, Kwashat, Wakatazayim, Wayakwak, Alua, Kwashat, Wakatazayim. Verse 16. Wayamar, Lamalak, Yasha'ala, Concept. Harakah, Yadak, Yadka, Al, Akwashah, Wayaraka, Yadwa, Wayashum, Aliyashai, Yadwa, Al, Yadya, Hamalak, verse 17, Wayamar, Pathak, Hakalawan, Wadamar, Waya Pathak, Wayamar, Ali Yashai, Yara, Waya War, Waya Amar, Katazah, Wa'ai, the Yahweh, Wakatazah, Wa'ai, but a room. Wahakaya, a room. But a par, but a pak, I, kala, verse 18. Wayamar, quack, akatazayim, waya quack, wayamar, lamalak, isha'ala, haka, arataza, waya ka, shalash, Ka'ayim, waya aima, verse 19. Waya patazak, aliyawa, ayash, ha'alahayim, waya mar, lahakawa, kamash, awa, shash, Ka'ayim, az, hakayag, arum, I, kala, wa'aitha, shalash, Ka'ayim, the ka, arum, verse 20. Waya math, aliyashai, waya kubar hawa, what God would got a wadya, mawa'ad, yaba'awa, ba'aratiza, shana. That's it.
Excellent. All right, let's read 2 Kings chapter 13, 14 through 20. 2 Kings chapter 13, verse 14. Now Elisha was fallen sick of his sickness whereof he died. And Joash, the king of Israel, came down unto him and wept over his face and said, O my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof. Verse 15. And Elisha said unto him, Take bow and arrows. And he took unto him bow and arrows. Verse 16. And he said to the king of Israel, Put thine hand upon thy bow. And he put his hand upon it. And Elisha put his hands upon the king's hands. And he said, Open the window eastward. And he opened it. Then Elisha said, Shoot. And he shot. And he said, The arrow of the Most High's deliverance, and the arrow of the deliverance from Syria. For thou shalt smite the Syrians at Aphek, till thou have consumed them. Verse 18. And he said, Take the arrows. And he took them. And he said unto Israel, The king of Israel smite upon the ground. And he smote thrice and stayed. And verse 19, and the man of the power was wroth with him, and said, Thou should have smitten 5 or 6 times, and hast thou smitten Syria till thou hadst consumed them. Whereas now thou shalt smite Syria but 3 times, thrice. Verse 20. And Elisha died, and they buried him. And the bands of the Moabites invaded the land at the coming in of the year. And that's it.
You want to take this one?
All right. We're going to go ahead and read 2 Kings 13, 21 through 25. Then we're going to read 2 Kings 1 through 2. All right. 2 Kings 13, verse 21 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya, Ham, Korabiam, Ayash, Wahana, Ra'awa, Hagadawadah, Wayashal, Yahwa, Ayayash, Rakorab, Alayashai, Wayalak, Wayagai, Ayash, Ba'ai Taza Mawaf, Alayashai, Wayahya, Wayaquam, Regaliawa, verse 22. Verse 22. Wakatazal Allah. Allah is like Malak, Aram, Lakataza, Yasha'ala, Paul, Yamya, Yahawah, Akaz. Verse 23. Wayakan, Yahawah, Atham, Wayar Kamma. Wayapan, Alahayim, Lama'ain, Bara Yafua, Abaraham, Wayatazakwak, Kak, Wayayaikwa, Wala'a, Abaha, Hashakiatham, Wala'a, Hashalayakam, Ma'al, Hanyawa, Aitha, verse 24. Waya Math, Haza Allah, Malak, Aram, Waya Malak, Bun, Hadad, Banwa, Thakathyawa, verse 25, Wayashah, Yahweh Ash, Bun, Yahweh Akaz, Wayakwak, Ha'ayam, Mayad, Bun, Hadad, Bun, Hazar Allah, Ashar, Laquat, Mayad, Wayahawa Kaz, Abayawa, Bamala Kama, Shalash, Ha'ayam, Hakahawa, Yawash, Yawashah, Arya, Yasha'ala. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 1. Bashanath, Shaphyam, Wa'ash, Ban, Wa'akaz, Malak, Yasha'ala, Malak, Amataza Yahawa, Ban, Yawa'ash, Malak, Yahawada. Verse 2. Ban, Ashariam, Wakamash, Shana, Haya, Bamalakwa, Wa'ashariam, Wathashai, Shana, Malak, Barayashalom, Barayarashalom, Washam, Amwa, Yahweh, Ayum, Man, Yerushalayim, and that's it. All right. So, okay, we're going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 13. We're reading verses 21 through 25. And then, go ahead.
2 Kings chapter 2, verse 2 Kings chapter 13, verse 21. And it came to pass as they were burying a man that, behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man into the sepulchre of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood on his feet. Verse 22. But Hazael, king of Syria, oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz. Verse 13. And the Most High was gracious unto them, and had compassion on them, and had respect unto them because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, neither cast he them from his presence as yet.
So this shows that the Most High was really always, he kept his promises and the oath that he swore to Abraham. They always go back to the covenant. You can read about that in Genesis 15, I think Genesis 12 as well. You always remember the covenant that he made with Abraham.
Verse 24. So Hazael, king of Syria, died, and Ben-Hadad, his son, reigned in his stead. Verse 25. And Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, took again out of the hand of Ben-Hadad, the son of Hazael, the cities, which he had taken out of the hand of Jehoahaz, his father, by war. 3 times did Joash beat him, and recovered the cities of Israel. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 1. In the second year of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, reigned Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah. Verse 2. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoadadani of Jerusalem.
All right, we're going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 14 now. We're reading verses 3 through 9 in the Hebrew. Then we'll read it in the English.
2 Kings chapter 14, verse 3. Wayaish, Hayashar, Ba'ayanya, Yahweh, Rakah, La'ah, Kadawad, Abiyawa, Kakal, Ashar, Aisha, Yawaash, Abiyawa, Aisha, verse 4. Rakah, Habamawa, La'ah, Sarawah, Aiwad, Ha'ain, was a vacuum, Wamaquatarium, Wabamawaf, verse 5. Wayahaya, Ka'ashar, Hazakwa, Hamamalaka, Wayadwa, Wayaka, Ibadua, Hamakayam, Hamalak, Abiyawa, verse 6. Wa'a, Bunya, Hamakayum, La'a, Hamaya, Kathawa, the Sapar, the Bara, Mashah, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, La Amar, La'a, Yawamathwa, Abawa, Al, Bunyam, Bunyam, La'a, Yawamathwa, Al, Abawa, Kaya, Ayash, Okata'awa, Yamawa, verse 7. Hawa'a, Haka, Adawum, Bagaya'a, Hamalak, Aisha Rag, La Apunyum, Alapunyum, with a Pash, Hasalai, Wamalakma, Wayakora, Shema, Yakwatha all, Hayawum, Hazah, verse 8, Azah, Shalak, Amatazaya, Mala'akayim, all, Yahweh Bun, Yahweh Akaz, Bun, Yahweh Malak, Yasha'ala, La Amar, Laka, Natha Ra'ah, Punyam, verse 9, Oya Shalak, Yahweh Ash, Malak, Yasha'ala, Al, Amatazaya Hawa, Amatazaya Hawa, Amatazaya Hawa, Malak, Yahweh Da, La Amar, Hakawak, Shar, Bulabun one, Shalak, Al, Ha'arazaz, Ha'araz, Ashar, Bulabun one, La Amar, and the Na, with a Ka, the Bunya, La Ashar, with a Ibar, Kaya, Ashadar, Ashar, with a Bunwan, with a Amaz, Hakawak. That's it.
All right, let's go ahead and read. We're going to read 2 Kings chapter 14, 3 through 9 in the English. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 3. And he did that what was right in the sight of the Most High, yet not like David his father. He did all according to the things as Joash his father did. So when they say he did things right in the but not in the sight of the Most, not like David did. You know, when David was king, there was no high places in Israel. Some of these kings would do things that was right in the sight of the Most High, but they weren't taking down the high places. People still had idols around. People still were kind of serving them, so they weren't fully doing what they were supposed to do. All right, verse 4. Howbeit the high places were not taken down, as yet the people did sacrifice and burnt incense on the high places. You weren't supposed to be doing that because, everybody knows you were supposed to make your sacrifices where? Everybody know? In Jerusalem. But they were making it in other places and serving any other place. Because remember, I think this is in Deuteronomy, you weren't supposed to make sacrifices when you're a gate. You were supposed to bring it to where the Most High chose, which was in Jerusalem. Verse 5, and it came to pass as soon as the kingdom was confirmed in his hand, he slew his servants which had slain the king his father. Verse 6, but the children of the murderers he slew not, according to that which is written in the book of the law of Moses, wherein the Most High commanded, saying, the father shall not be put to death for the children, nor the children be put to death for the father, but every man should be put to death for his own sin. And you could also find that precept also in Ezekiel. You know, everybody, is responsible for their own. Because, son could turn around from his ways, and not follow the sins of his fathers. Or he could follow after the sins of his fathers, which a lot of people did. Verse 7, he slew of Edom in the valley of the salt 10,000, and took Salah by war, and called the name of it Joktheel unto this day. Verse 8, then Amaziah sent messengers to Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, come, let us look one another in the face. Verse 9, and Jehoash, the king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, the thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter as wife, and there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon, and drove down the thistle. All right, let's go ahead and read 2 Kings chapter 14, 10 through 6.
All right, we're in 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 10 through 16. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 10. Hakayah, at a woman, when the sha'aka,
Which one, verse 10?
Babaka, Hakabad, what was Shab, Wabiyathka, Willa the Gara, Bara'ai, when the Paltha, Atha, or Yahawada, Aimak, verse 11. Wala Shemai, Matazayahawa, Waya'al, Yahawah Ash, Malak, Yasha'ala, Wayathara, Wayathara, Aniyam, Hawa'a, Wa'amatazah, Wa'amatazaya, Zayahawa, Malak, Yahawada, Wabiyah, Shamash, Ashar, Yahawada. Verse 12. Where you not got Yahawada, the Panya, Yasha'ala, where you Nasawa, Ayash, La'ahalwa, verse 13. Wa'a, Amatazayahawa, Malak, Yahawada, Bun, Yahawash, Bun, because of Yahweh, the Pash, Yahwash, Malak, Yasha'ala, Wabiyah, Shemash, Wayaba'al, Yarabashlam, Wayaparatazar, Wakawama, Yarabashalom, Sha'ar, Aparium, Ai, Sha'ar, Apanah, Arabai, Ma'awa, Ama, verse 14. Well, a quack, Ko, Azahab, Wahakasak, Wa'ah, Ko, Akolium, Hana Matazayan, Waya, Yahweh, Waba Atazar, Atazarwa, Waya, Malak, Wa'ar, Bunya, Hata Arab, Haba Arabwa, Hata Irabwa, Waya Shah, Shamar Wana, verse 15, Wayathar, Debaria, Yahweh Ash, Ashar, Aisha, Wugaba Wara, Wa Ashar, Nalakam, Ain, Matazayahawa, Malak, Yahawada, Hala'ah, Ham, Katawabium, Al, Sapar, Debaria, Hayamyam, Mamalakium, Yasha'ala. Verse 16. Wayashakab, Yahawash, Ain, Abathiwa, Wayakobar, Bashamarwan, Ain, Malakia, Yasha'ala, Wayamalak, Yaraba Ain, Vanwa, the Kathiwa. That's it.
All right, let's go ahead and read Second Kings chapter 14, 10 through 16 in the English. Second Kings chapter 14, verse 10. Thou hast indeed smitten Edom, and thou heart hath lifted thee up. Glory of this, and tarry at home. For why shouldest thou meddle to thy hurt, that thou shouldest fall, even thou, and Judah with thee? Verse 11, but Amaziah would not hear. Therefore Joash, king of Israel, went up, and he and Amaziah, king of Judah, looked one another in the face at Beth Shemesh, which belonged to Judah. Verse 12, and Judah was put to the worst before Israel, and they fled every man to their tent. And you got to remember, too, Israel and Judah were always at war with each other. Sometimes they come together. But this is one of the consequences of Solomon's sins and even King David. Like the sword, won't depart from your house. And when Solomon was going to the wives of the kingdom was split, this is the consequence of that. And the sons of Israel was at war with each other, which even goes back to the time of Judges. There's always fighting. And you see that today where Judah will fight each other, Judah will fight Israel, and Israel fight Judah. So, it's the same spirit back then. All right. Verse 12. And Judah was put to the worst before Israel, and they fled every man to their tents. Verse 13. And Jehoash, king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Jehoash, the son of Ahaziah, at Beth-Shemesh, and came to Jerusalem and broke down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim unto the corner gate, 400 cubits. Verse 14. And he took all the gold and silver and all the vessels that were found in the house of the Most High, and in the treasures of the king's house and hostages, and returned to Samaria. Verse 15. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoash, which he did, and his might, and how he fought with Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel? Verse 16. And Jehoash slept with his fathers and was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. And Jeroboam, his son, reigned in his stead. You notice a lot of these names are very similar. All right, let's go ahead and read 2 Kings. We're in chapters 14. Let's read 17 through 23.
2 Kings chapter 14, verse 17. For Yakaya, Matazah Yahweh, Bun, Yahweh Malak, Yahweh Akaria, Mawah, Yahweh Bun, Yahweh Akaz, Malak, Yasha'ala, Kamash, Asherah, Shana, verse 18. Or Yathar, Debaria, Amatazah Yahweh, Hala'ah, Hum, Kathawabium, Al, Sapar, Debaria, Ayamyam, Lamalakia, Yahweh, verse 19. Or Yakwasharwa, Aulua, Kushar, Buya Shalom, Waya Nas, Lakaya Shah, Waya Shalakwa, Akaryawa, Lakaya Shah, Lakaya Shah, Waya Math Hawa, verse 20, Waya Sha'awa, Athwa, Al, Hasa Wasiam, Waya Kobar, Buya Rawa Shalom, Buya Rashalom, Ain, Abathyawa, Ba'ayar, Dabada, verse 21, Waya Kwakwa, Call, Ain, Yahweh, Isaiah, Hawa, Wahawa, Bun, Shash, Aishara, Shana, Wayamalakawa, Athwa, the Kav, Abiyawa, Matazaya Hawa, verse 22, Hawa, Bana, Ayala, Wayashapa, Yahweh, Akaria, Shakav, Hamalak, Aim, Ibathua, verse 23, Vashana, Kamash, Aishara, Shana, La Amatazah Yahweh, Bun, Yawa'ash, Malak, Yahawada, Malak, Yeruba'ain, Bun, Yawa'ash, Malak, Yasha'ala, Bashamarwan, Araba'ain, Wa'akad, Shana. That's it, right?
Excellent. All right, we're going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 14, 17 through 23 in the English. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 17. And Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, lived after the death of Jehoash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, 15 years. And the rest of the acts of Amaziah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? Verse 19, now they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish, but they sent after him into Lachish and slew him there. Verse 20, and they brought him on horses, and he was buried at Jerusalem with his fathers in the city of David. Verse 21, and all the people of Judah took Azariah, which was 16 years old, and made him king instead of father Amaziah. Verse 22, and he built Elath and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. Verse 23, in the 15th year of Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, began to reign in Samaria, and they reigned 41 years. All right, this is the last one. We got to read 2 Kings chapter 14, 24 through 29, and then we're jumping to 2 Kings 15 and 1.
2 Kings chapter 14, verse 24. Wa'aish, Harai, Ba'ayanya, Yahweh, La'a, Sar, Makal, Hata'awa, Yeruba'ain, Bun, Nabat, Ashar, Hakat Ya'a, Yasha'ala, verse 25. Hawa'a, Hashiyah, Gabawal, Yasha'ala, Malabawa'a, Kama, Ai, Yum, Ha'e Rabah, Kadabar, Yahweh, Alahaya, Yasha'ala, Ashar, Dabar, Bayad, Aibadwa, Yawana, One, Amathya, Hanabiya, Ashar, Magad, Hakapar, verse 26, Kayar, Ra'ah, Yahweh, Ainya, Yasha'ala, Marah, Ma'ad, Wa'apas, Itis a war, Wa'apas, Izawab, Wa'ayan, Izar, La Yasha'ala, verse 27, Wa'ad, Debar, Yahweh, Malakwa, Sham, Yasha'ala, Mutakav, Hashamyam, Wayawash, Ya'aim, Vayad, Yeruba'ain, Bun, Yawa'ash, verse 28, Wayathar, Debaria, Yeruba'ain, Wakal, Ashar, Aisha, Wagabawartham, so it looks like Wagabawarthwa, Ashar, Nalakam, Wa'ashar, Hashiyab, Mashak, Wa'ah, Kama, Hayahoda, Yasha'ala, Hala'ah, Hum, Kathawabium, Al, Sapar, Debaria, Ayamyam, Lamalakiam, Yasha'ala, verse 29, Wayashakab, Yeruba'ain, Ain, Abathiwa, Ain, Malakia, Yasha'ala, Wayamalak, Zakariah, one, the Kathyawa. 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 1. Vashanah, Ashariam, Vashabai, Shana, Layaraba'ain, Malak, Yasha'ala, Malak, Izariah, Bun, Amataziah, Malak, Yahawada. And that's it.
Okay, we're now going to be reading 2 Kings chapter 24 through 29, then 2 Kings 16 through chapter 14, 24 through 29, then 2 Kings 15 and 1 in the English. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 24. And he did evil that was in Shalom. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Most High. He departed not from all his sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. Verse 25. He restored the coast of Israel from the entering of the Hamath unto the sea of the plain, according to the word of the Most High, power of Israel, which he spoke by the hand of his servant Jonah, the son of Amittai, the prophet, which was of Gethipher. Verse 26. So the Most High saw the affliction of Israel, that it was very bitter, for there was not any shut up, nor any left, nor any helper for Israel. Verse 27. And the Most High said not that he would blot out the name of Israel from under heaven, but he saved them by the hand of Jeroboam, the son of Joash. Verse 28. Now the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, and all that he did, and his might, how he warred, and how he recovered Damascus and Hamath, which belonged to Judah, for Israel, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles, Kings of Israel? Verse 29. And Jeroboam slept with his fathers, even with the kings of Israel, and Zechariah, his son, reigned in his stead. Verse 15. Chapter 15, 2 Kings chapter 15, verse 1. In the 20th and 7th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, began Azariah, son of Amaziah, king of Judah, to reign. All right. So we see here how pretty much the kings, you see what's going on here with the kings of Israel and the kings of Judah. Pretty much they war with each other. The king comes, his son comes after him. A lot of times he follows after the sins of his fathers. Every once in a while you'll find a righteous king of Judah who will turn to the Most High. He might not tear down the high places. There was only a few kings that really pretty much dismantled all the high places. That was David, that was Josiah, and Hezekiah. They pretty much, when they came through, their heart was fully with the Most High. All right? But we'll read about some more of the righteous kings of Judah next week, and pretty much all the unrighteous acts of the kings of Israel. All right? With that, just the people up here. Imani.
La Yasha'Allah.
All right? This is for everybody. Imanium. Which means to set. Oh, that's okay. Don't wait for a second.
Mighty Hapagadah, which means rise and face the east. So, we're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in the English. The Lord's Prayer. Abba now. Shabbat Shemayim. Padah. Hayah. Shabkat. Yahweh. Malak Wafka. Taba'ah. Batazai. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'arakza. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. The thunder now. The call. Yawam. Basalaki now. Kabawak now. Basalaki now. Wala'ah. Of your eye now. When the Messiah one. Bo. Like the shine now. My yon. Ride. The Cup. I'm a lock. Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Waha'tapah,
Waha'tapah,
Waha'ibalamin, Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in
which
heaven,
art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom
Thy
come,
kingdom come.
thy will be done
Thy will be done
in
in
earth
earth
as it is in
as
heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalm, which means to turn. This concludes the service.
Men of Israel, we're going to give a warning courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Imani, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yad Matah, Sah. That's it.
Oh, okay.
We're going to give a one, men of Israel, we're going to give a one courtesy salute to the teachers, to the sisters. Y'all familiar with it? All right, so I'm going to help y'all with it. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Imani, Barak, Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Hashem Yahushua. Y'all say Yahweh, Shema,
Shahwa,
Shema,
Shema,
Alathan
Aladan,
Ba'Hashem
Bashem,
Yahushua.
Shahawashah,
Yahushua.
Yahawashah.
There you go. Yad Matah, class dismissed.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see what you said.
I'll bless it up.
Uh-huh.